She was only 3 years old, a little girl whose only wish was to see her father again, but what she received instead was his severed head. A little girl whose only wish was to see her father again. This is the heart-wrenching story of Lady Ruqayyah, peace be upon her, the young daughter of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him, whose pain and martyrdom in the ruins of Damascus still echo through history. And yet, her story has long been intentionally silenced by those who wish the world would never remember. Join us as we uncover the truth they try to erase. Her story has long been intentionally silenced by those who wish the world would never remember. Among the countless tragedies of Karbala, one of the most heartbreaking is the story of Lady Ruqayyah, peace be upon her, the young daughter of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. This innocent child, barely 3 or 4 years old, endured the brutalities of captivity and ultimately passed away in the ruins of Damascus. Some individuals today question the very existence of Lady Ruqayyah. They argue that she was never present in Karbala, was never taken captive, and did not die in Damascus. But do these claims hold any historical credibility? In this video, we will examine primary historical sources, the testimony of respected scholars, and undeniable evidence that affirm the existence of Lady Ruqayyah. The denial of Lady Ruqayyah's existence is a relatively modern phenomenon. For centuries, her presence has been recorded by scholars, historians, and poets, both Sunni and Shia alike. So why has this question surfaced in recent times? And who gains from erasing her memory from Islamic history? One of the strongest proofs comes directly from Imam Hussain himself. Before heading to the battlefield, he said farewell to his family. Multiple historical sources record his words. He explicitly mentioned his daughters, including Lady Ruqayyah. It is also mentioned by Sayyid ibn Tawus al-Heli in al-Luhuf that Imam Hussain said, "O my sister Zainab, O Kulsum, and you, O Ruqayyah, and you, O Fatima, and you, O Robab." If Lady Ruqayyah did not exist, why would Imam Hussain mention her by name? Some claim that Lady Ruqayyah was a later fabrication, but this assertion is entirely unfounded. Let's look at classical Islamic scholars who recorded her existence long before modern debates. A great scholar of hadith, Sheikh Abbas Gomi, recounts the tragic martyrdom of Lady Ruqayyah, relying on earlier narrations from Sheikh al-Saduq, one of the most reliable hadith authorities in Islamic history. Sayyid ibn Tawus al-Heli in al-Luhuf explicitly mentions her in the tragic and emotional farewell of Imam Hussain, peace be upon him. His credibility as a historian is widely accepted. Also, a Sunni historian, al-Sharani, in al-Manan, confirms the existence of Lady Ruqayyah's shrine in Damascus. His account demonstrates that generations, including Sunni scholars, acknowledged her resting place. Ibn Fondog, a genealogy expert widely cited by both Sunni and Shia scholars. He states, "None of Imam Hussein's children remained, except Zain al-Abidin, Fatima, Sakina, and Ruqayyah." These scholars, spanning different centuries and sects, all affirm her existence. But some today deny her existence. Her shrine still stands in Damascus. Sunni and Shia historians alike have documented its presence for centuries. Also, the inscription at the entrance states, "This house is a sacred site, honored by the family of the Prophet and the daughter of Hussein the martyr." If she never existed, why was such a shrine built, and for whom? In Islamic jurisprudence, the widespread recognition of an event or person across generations holds evidentiary value. The martyrdom of Lady Ruqayyah, peace be upon her, is not a marginal legend. It is a reality recorded by scholars, passed down by historians, and deeply felt by common people. If the evidence is so well documented, why is her existence still questioned? The answer lies not in historical criticism, but in politics. In recent decades, Western powers and anti-Shia movements have sought to undermine the spiritual and historical ties between Iran and Syria. One way to do this has been to cast doubt on the sanctity of the shrines of the Ahl-al-Bayt, peace be upon them, especially the shrine of Lady Ruqayyah. Michael Brandt says about funding propaganda, "Did you know that the United States allocated $45 million to influence Shia religious discourse? Part of this effort involved sowing confusion around revered figures such as Lady Ruqayyah and Lady Zainab, peace be upon them, with the aim of severing their historical and spiritual connection to present-day Syria. Even those who question her name must admit the essence of the tragedy. A young girl was imprisoned in the ruins of Damascus. She cried out for her father. She was brought his severed head, and she died in overwhelming grief. The evidence is clear. Imam Hussain mentioned her. Classical scholars documented her. Her shrine stands in Damascus, and the effort to erase her name is not based in scholarship. It is driven by political agendas. Do not let modern denials distort the truth. Lady Ruqayyah, peace be upon her, was real. Her short life, her suffering, and her martyrdom stand as a poignant symbol of the tragedy of Karbala. And if you believe her story deserves to be remembered, share this message. Let the world know the truth.